Yes, sir.
If you were wondering what these videos were created from, then yes, your guess is absolutely correct. These videos were created from Kling 3.0, which was recently dropped in Higgsfield. And now you can try out Kling 3.0 by signing up to Higgsfield and by using their free credits that they gave you by default after you have signed up. So go to Higgsfield and don't forget to sign up and use the new Kling 3.0 model, where you'll get much more cinematic control to generate any cinematic videos like Hollywood studios. With this latest drop of Kling 3.0 on Higgsfield, today let's find out if Kling 3.0 model really keeps up with the expectation that has been circulating around the web recently regarding its features that are on par with Hollywood level. Now let's check out the possibilities of the new Kling 3.0 model inside of Higgsfield. So to access this model, we'll navigate to the top and hover over the video menu item. Inside of the video menu item, we'll navigate below and select Kling 3.0 model from the models section in order to generate new cinematic videos with audio using this model. So let's click on it, and after clicking on it, it will navigate us to a new video generation user interface. And if you look at the left, we have the create video tab selected by default. There are other options as well, where we can edit video as well as control the motion by inputting different external videos with expressions and movements, where the new generation will mimic those expression and movements and create a new video on that. Now if you look below, then you'll see different options available right here, starting with the option of start frame and end frame. So this is similar to the start frame and end frame option that we have in the Cinema Studio, where we can add or upload any images or videos as start frame and add any image as end frame, and it will automatically generate a new cinematic looking video with the reference of that start frame to the end frame. Now if we look below by scrolling down, you can see that we have a box to input our prompt below the multi-shot level. So multi-shot is one of the very useful feature inside of the new Kling 3.0 model, where we can generate different videos, that is cinematic style videos, where each individual clips will have multiple perspectives inside of that scene. So we can also include different prompts inside of this prompt box. And if we look below, then there is also option to add sound to our new cinematic video generation. And the next option is to add elements. And yes, we can add different external elements. Maybe it's a subject or object or different kind of persistent characters inside of our video generation, which I think personally is a very huge deal. And Kling 3.0 is very great in terms of generating clips or cinematic videos with a very accurate character consistency. Now below this, we have an option to select model. So as we are doing Kling 3.0 in this video, we'll select Kling 3.0 and leave out other options. So simply select Kling 3.0, and below Kling 3.0, you'll see that now we also do have other options like duration, where we can now select or set duration of up to 15 seconds, which was not possible back then. And this is one of the major improvement in terms of features of Kling 3.0. And right now I'll decrease it like so. And they also have changed this option to a slider, which I think is a much more intuitive thing to do and will have a very great experience in terms of usability. So I'll set the option to somewhere at 5 seconds for now, And the next option that we have is we can also select the option of ratio. So there are three options available, which is 16:9, 9:16, and 1:1. And the last option we have is we can also select the option for resolution. Before the release of Kling 3.0, there was a very good expectation that in the new generation there would be option for 4K resolution cinematics video generation. However, they have curved that to 1080p, and when we generate cinematic videos by using this option of 1080p, as it has indicated in the label, the video generation might slow down. So we'll select 720p as default option. And now, in order to demonstrate things further, I'll navigate to our next tab, which is ChatGPT. And inside of ChatGPT, I have prepared prompt that would generate different prompt to showcase or demonstrate the features available in the new model of Kling 3.0. So this particular prompt simply generates new prompts that would help demonstrate the features such as character consistency, multi-shot clips, as well as text rendering inside of the Kling 3.0 model. So comparatively to the past models, Kling 3.0 is really good in terms of generating cinematic style videos that has a good character consistency. In addition to that, the new model of Kling 3.0 is also really good at generating multi-shot clips with a consistent characters in different angles and perspectives, as well as consistent interpolation of different environment generation, and it is very good at this feature compared to other models out there, including its previous version. And the next thing is it is also good at text rendering. However, there is a slight room for improvement for this new model, since although it can make the text consistent across the clips that has been or will be generated using this model, however, in few small text we often get issues after we have generated the new cinematic clips by using this model. So now I'll simply go ahead and click on generate in order to generate new prompt for each of these features. So as you can see here, ChatGPT has started generating it, and it has started generating for each of the character consistency feature all the way to multi-shot clips feature, and finally the text rendering feature. So if you're wondering why there is different prompt inside of this particular feature of multi-shot clip, then Higgsfield allows us to add different number of prompts when we are generating a multi-shot clips by using the Kling 3.0 model. So this is the reason why we have prompted to generate different prompt when demonstrating the multi-shot clips. So if we look at the top, you can see that let's start. We have character consistency feature, and now let's copy this particular prompt and then navigate back to Higgsfield UI. So we'll simply add in that prompt, and after adding in that prompt, we can either turn our sound on or off when we are generating the video. So for this, I'll simply set the sound on to default. And the next thing that we can also do is we can add characters by uploading it externally. So if I click on this element option right here, you can see that I have already added a character beforehand. So I'll simply click on this option and delete, and I'll click on yes, delete forever. And after deleting it, I'll show you how we can add characters inside of this particular UI, which we can use further inside of our prompt while generating our final clips or final video output. So if I click on create new element, you will see this particular fields. So let's click on this plus icon to upload or select images. So I've already generated images by using the Nano Banana model. So as you can see here, I've already generated these images for our character. So I'll select the character folder again and select the first image of our character, and then simply click on open to add it. And now you can see that it is uploading it. Similarly, we can add up to 3 other images, which accounts for a total of 4 character images in different perspective. So I'll simply click on the plus icon again, and this time I'll select an image in different perspective and then click on open. And now you can see that it is uploading the character image again. And similarly, I'll again click on the plus icon, and this time as well I'll select the same character in a different angles or movement. So I think this one is fine. So I'll simply click on open. So what we are basically doing here is we are giving this particular section or this particular model of Kling 3.0 much more perspective of our character or subjects, so that it can interpolate or generate our character much more consistently in the final output. So I'll simply click here again for the plus icon, and this time I'll select the back side of our character and then click on open. And after clicking on open, you can see that it is uploading, and now it has successfully uploaded. So the next thing that we can do is give in the name for our character. Type mb text of character, and then below this we have the property of description, where we can also add the description of how we want our character to be. So I'll simply type in a young man who is ready for adventure in his life. I'll just give in a simple prompt and then click on generate. Now after clicking on generate, you can see that it is processing behind the scenes, and let's give it few more time, since it will analyze each of the characters as well as read the descriptions and other metadata related to this character image and generate our character. So now you can see that it has successfully generated our character by giving in the label of character. So we can also simply click on this particular top right icon inside of our character's thumbnail in order to edit it further or delete it completely. So if we want to use this character inside of the prompt that we have recently added in the prompt box, where we are planning on generating a new cinematic video by using Kling 3.0, we can simply click on this particular checkbox on the top left of this character thumbnail, and then navigate below and select the button labeled use element. So after clicking on use element, you can see that the character has been added inside of our prompt as a tag. Now if we click on generate, what Kling 3.0 model does is it will generate a new cinematic styled video based upon these prompts and character. So it will generate a kind of video which will have a very profound and persistent character consistency across each of the generation in the cinematic video that we have generated as a final output, which you were able to see as the initial part of the clip in this video. So this is how we can generate a final video with a consistent character by using Kling 3.0 model inside of Higgsfield. So the next feature that we have is multi-shot feature. So for the multi-shot feature, all we have to do is turn on this particular option. So you can see here, as soon as we turn on this particular option of multi-shot, now it is changing the prompt box altogether by giving us a different option which was there before. So the element option is consistent. So we can again, like before, select the character that we have added and select on use element. And now you can see that it will add that character as a tag inside of each of the prompt box. So this particular box is for shot 1, and we can also select the duration for shot 1. So we can select the duration from 3 seconds all the way to 15 seconds now, which is one of the very good plus point of this Kling 3.0 model. So however, I'll select 5 seconds for now. That's because generating a clips or scenes with a longer duration often takes much more longer time regardless of any model that we are using. So I'll simply click outside in order to get rid of the duration box, and now I'll again navigate back to our ChatGPT window and navigate below or scroll below like so, and you can see here that now we have different shot prompt for individual shots to demonstrate the multi-shot clip feature inside of Higgsfields by using the Kling 3.0 model. So what we can do here is, let's select everything for shot 1 and then right click on it and select copy. After selecting copy, we'll navigate back to our previous Higgsfield tab and we'll paste the prompt inside of shot 1. So if we simply paste the prompt inside of shot 1, you can see that it has successfully pasted the prompt inside of the shot 1 prompt box. So I'll get rid of the character tag for now by simply hitting the backspace key in keyboard. And similarly, we can add multiple shots in order to generate our final cinematic output to have multi-shot effect. So I'll simply click on the add shot button right here. And what it does is, you can see that it has successfully added a new shot to prompt box. So similar to before, we'll again navigate back to our ChatGPT window. And after navigating back to our ChatGPT window, we'll simply scroll down like so. And this time as well, we'll simply select everything in shot 2, right click on it and hit uncopy. So after hitting uncopy or selecting copy, now we'll again navigate back to our Higgsfield UI. And like before, we'll click on the shot 2 prompt box and then use the shortcut key of Command plus V to paste in the prompt. Now similar to before, what we can do here as well is we can add our characters by using the elements button right here at the bottom. And we can also change the duration for each individual scenes by selecting the duration button right here. Similar to before, let's add other shots as well, since we have a total of 5 prompts for each individual scenes for that particular clip. So I'll simply click on add shot and then now again I'll scroll below like so and again go back to our ChatGPT window and then copy the third shot prompt like so and then navigate back to our Higgsfield UI and then paste in that prompt. So like before, we can again select or change the duration value. So I'll select or change the duration value to maybe 3 seconds for this one. And I think assigning duration value for each of the shot for multiple shot cinematic video is one of the very positive feature and good feature for anyone who is trying to create a cinematic style video by using AI. So again, I'll click on add shot button right here and then scroll below. And after scrolling below, we'll again copy the shot 4 prompt from here and then navigate back and then paste in those prompt in shot 4. And this time we'll leave the value for our duration as it is. And after adding multiple prompts, we'll leave our model to Kling 3.0 as it is and set the ratio to 16:9 for this and also the resolution to 720p for a quicker cinematic video generation. So after we are satisfied, we can hit the generate button and this would generate the final output inside of Higgsfield. Now talking about the expectations that were going on in the web of the Kling 3.0, I think much of the expectations that all of the users had are what Kling 3.0 delivered in their new model with the features such as a very precise character consistency as well as multi-shot video generation. In addition to that, in this new model, Kling also had made this new model much more intelligent compared to their previous versions, where this new model will generate cinematic videos entirely based upon logic. That is, we do not have to explicitly give the instruction to this model by stating what the logic of each of the scene or clip should be, and this model will automatically analyze and come out with the logic. For example, if we generate a clip of crow, then this model will automatically make that crow fly. So this is how Kling 3.0 model works inside of Higgsfield. And you can start using this model inside of Higgsfield if you are a cinematographer or someone who is working with extreme VFX or trying to create a cinematic level video. So this is the current capability of Kling AI 3.0 model that has recently been released in Higgsfield, and it has a lot of features as well as capabilities regarding generating and creating a human level cinematic content. So if you find today's video really informative regarding knowing what has been developed so far in AI space, then click on the like button. And for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity, design, as well as new trends and developments in AI, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.